Hello and welcome back to my channel Inspire with Anushka. Guys, how are you? Hope you all are fine. Guys, we are discussing about the topic diversity in living organism, in which we have discussed about the classification. What's the purpose of classification, needs, and it's important. We also categorize them in the hierarchy, and we have studied about the categories in how many ways they have been categorized, that may be species, genus, family, class, order, kingdom, phyla, etc. And we have also discussed about that how classification helps in the evolution of the new species. And now today we are going to start with the topic of nomenclature, which is a very essential part of the classification or the taxonomy. You know, the branch in which we discuss about the identification, classification and categorization of the organism is known as taxonomy. So in taxonomy, nomenclature is also a very essential part, because by this we provide a scientific name to any organism that it can be identified throughout the whole world with the same name, or we can say throughout the whole universe, because the common name which we gives to the something is always varies from the place to place wherever we go. So first of all, we will see that what is nomenclature. So nomenclature is defined as the system of naming of plant, animals and other object, or group of plants, animal and other objects. So scientific name are the language of taxonomist. When a taxonomist identifies and describes the natural group of animal, he gives the appropriate scientific name to the group. Okay, so nomenclature, the naming of the organism, is essential for effective communication. Unless the organism are named, we cannot tell other people what we are referred to. So many organism has local or the common names. These local names differ in different languages in different parts of the country and in the different countries around the world. So the local name of our country are often not understand to the people of the other countries. For example, banana in the English is known as kela in Hindi and in Punjabi and Gujarati, but coal in the Assamese and kala in the Bengali and kadli in the Marathi. So you can see that a single substance is named at different languages or at different places in the different way. So just to imagine how the confusion will create in the mind of the organism, that what is the name and what is the name and how we can call it. So the purpose of naming to distinguish an organism from the other would have been difficult. So how can the people describe living things to each other and know that they are talking about the same organism? So the Swedish scientist Linnaeus took the question in the 1735. He proposed a system in which the name of the each organism consists of the two parts, that is known as the binomial nomenclature. The history of the binomial nomenclature is very long. Okay, so every organism will have two Latin names. The first name will be represented at the genus or the generic name, and the second species will be the specific name that refers to the binomial system of nomenclature. Okay, so in the medium of 16th century, a binomial system is given or introduced to the people. The scientist name should be written in the italic letters. If it is written in the Roman letters, the genus and species should be separately underlined. The genus must start with a capital letter, and species and subspecies will be of smaller. For example, the biological term Homo sapiens, in which Homo sapien is the name of human scientific name. So here the genus is Homo and the sapien is the species. So the term can be abbreviated as Homo sapiens too. The Latin name are internationally agreed upon and avoid the confusion of the local variation in the common name. So guys, we will that the first part of the name is the name of genus to which the organism belongs, and the second part is the name of the species which the organism belong. Since each name has two parts and this method is so called the binomial system of classification. The genus name begin with a capital letter, the species name begin with a small letter. Both are identical, both are italicated in during handwriting. For instance, all over the world, Homo sapiens belongs to the name of the human beings is understood to the represent human being. The naming of organism is guided by a set of rules that is known as the International Code of Binomial Nomenclature. The name given to the living organism from the binomial system are called as scientific names. Okay, so there are some rules for the nomenclature. Let's have a look over it. In 1898, the International Congress of Geology organized an international commission on the geological nomenclature to form a setup of rules which would be binding for the taxonomical publication. So the aim of the International Code of Nomenclature is to make the stability in the naming the taxa, avoiding the use of name which may causes error, ambiguity or confusion. So the standardized and the legislative nomenclature practices are usually made at the international botanical and geological congresses. So this is done in the order to nomenclate the part on order and to provide the guideline for the feature of nomenclature. So a few common following rules are recommended, which I will recite one by one. First, the system of nomenclature adopted is the binomial system to indicate the specific name and the trinomial for the subspecific name. Okay. The second point is the name of the genus is a single word in nominating single and must begin with a capital letter. The name of the species may be a single or compound word and must begin with a small letter. Okay. The name of the author who first published the name when describe it should follow the specific name and should reply to abbreviate and is primitive to the Roman type. The scientific name of the animal and plant must be different. The name must be in the Latin or Latinized form are usually printed in italic type. So within the animals and plant kingdom, no two genera can have the same name, and within a genus no two species can have the same name. So the generic or the specific name first published is the only one recognized. All duplicate names are the synonyms. When the name of the genus is not the one under which the species is placed by the original author, or it is generic name is changed, the other author's name is written in the parenthesis. The formation of family and subfamily name follows the rule which are different in the geological and the botanical code. A name must retain its original spelling. Obvious errors and misprints may be occurred. Diacritic marks are dropped. A name may be based on any part of the animal or the plant or on any stage of the organism life history. So there are some recommendations which you must have to follow during the writing the scientific name or while studying the nomenclature. A name should be in the Latin and easily converted into the Latin form. A name should not contain less than 3 or more than 12 letters. A name should be easy to pronunciate. The name given should probably describe some characteristics of the organism. A name should not be derived from two languages. A name should not be frivolous. So guys, these are some recommendations for the nomenclature. Hope you all have understand this topic. If you guys have any problem related to this topic, then you can put me in the comment section. Definitely I will try to sort out that, and if necessary you couldn't understand this video's thoughts or the ideas, then you can comment for that also, and I will try to accumulate all the information which you want. So guys, if you like this video, then please press the like button, share it with your friends and subscribe my channel. I have tried to level best for collecting all the informations for you, and if you support me, then it will make me so it will give me so much pleasure. Thank you so much for watching my video. Thanks guys.